Let's talk about this guy, an absolute legend of the game, Ronaldinho, who's been inducted into the Maracana Hall of Fame. And it hasn't come as a surprise to anyone because this guy, if you want to do a countdown or a list of the greatest players to ever come out of Brazil, definitely it will make your top 20.
Top 20?
Just Brazil, they've got so many great players, so that's why I have to
top 10, come on.
Well, maybe for our generation, say top 10.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking overall.
For his own generation, I'll do top 5.
Yeah, for his generation, definitely top 5.
I'll stick with top 10.
Okay.
He did excellently well in the height of his reign.
Yes.
I recall he understudied our own JJ Okocha at PSG, was a Nigeria 99.
Right.
Saw him play, and I knew it was a bundle of talent, that the potentials were quite high.
Correct.
And he did deliver.
He did.
On that promise, winning the World Footballer of the Year. I recall a particular game that Barcelona played at the Santiago Bernabeu in one of the El Clasicos.
Right.
The opposing supporters
Ovation.
stood up to give him a rousing standing ovation.
I remember that one.
That was how good Ronaldinho was. And if he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame at Maracana. Maracana is quite big, and it's got a lot of prestige and history, talking about the stadium in Brazil. It's highly deserving, and it basically deserves getting that honor. He's someone who takes life easy.
Yeah.
And when he plays, he dribbles you, you start making jest or laughing, and makes it seem as though it was no big deal. While the defender is still stalking and say, this guy embarrassed me. And what a view. And it was one player who did excellently well for Barcelona, PSG, AC Milan, also went
Ballon d'Or as well.
the Middle East, Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
He won virtually everything. And he also won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002. I recall that goal he scored against David Seaman when Brazil played against England in the quarterfinal stage, and he made Seaman make a schoolboy error. This guy was quite good and is deserving of the honor.
Well deserved for Ronaldinho. Just late last year, we talked about Mata, the great Brazilian player, also being inducted as well. So congratulations to Ronaldinho, who's now retired and enjoying his life post-retirement. Now, let's move on now. Let's go and talk about the NBA. 8 games were played overnight, late last night and early this morning. Some very interesting results to talk about, and we'll just run through it with Coyote's thoughts and inputs as well. Let's start with the Nuggets and the Miami Heat. That was a very close game that ended 103-99 in favor of the Denver Nuggets, who have been the surprise team of this season. No one ever thought they would be topping, the Western Conference. We also saw action between Nikola Jokic and was the man in that particular game. The Knicks and the Warriors. The Warriors blew out the Knicks 122-95 to snap their 3-game home losing streak. Whenever I've ever talked about the Warriors losing 3 in a row
at home.
Very, very, very rare indeed.
Emphasis on that.
Exactly. Let's move on to the Timberwolves. It was a 119-117 victory over the Thunder. 2-point win there. And our guy, Andrew Wiggins, was the star of the show. Wizards against the 76ers. It was a beat down. Philadelphia winning 132-115. The rookie Landry Shamet made 8 3-pointers in that game and scored 29 points, both career highs for him. The Hawks and the Raptors, surprisingly, was a close encounter. The Raptors needed Serge Ibaka to score a late dunk to win 104-103. The Suns defeated the Kings 115-111. Kelly Osbourne scoring 26 points, and the Suns were able to snap their 6-game losing streak. So good one for Phoenix there. The Pacers defeated the Cavaliers 123-115, while the Hornets and the Clippers faced off, and was the Clippers winning 128-109. That's the 9th straight home win.
Right. Because from the African perspective, a number of players did quite well. You did say Serge Ibaka got the winning basket, and he had 13 points on the night, while Pascal Siakam also had 14 points, 10 rebounds. Right. You also did say that it was a very, very close encounter. No side led by as much as 5 points all through the quarters. And it was about this young man, again, talking about Kawhi Leonard, having 31 points on the night. That's the 17th consecutive game he's going to register at least 20 points.
Wow.
This season. That's how consistent he has been.
Yeah.
Then a certain OG Anunoby. Yeah. Sounds Nigerian, but he's British. He scored 10 points, 12 points rather, on the night. And if Pascal Siakam from Cameroon, Serge Ibaka from DRC, Congo, OG Anunoby of Nigerian descent, right. It says a lot that these guys are actually making their inclusions count. Yeah. Then Kyle Lowry came back for the first time since late December due to injury, and he had 16 points. It shows that Toronto Raptors are also in the mix for the crown in the East, though the Milwaukee Bucks are also doing quite well. Right. Then to the West, the Denver Nuggets.
Okay, Denver, right.
Nikola Jokic had his fourth triple-double. He is a center. He's not a shooting guard. No. Neither is he point guard. And it's not on a regular basis get to see centers registering triple-doubles. He did excellently well on the night, defeating the Miami Heat by 103 to 99. He had 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Then Paul Millsap and Jamal Murray, two support cast for the Denver Nuggets, they did well. Now, I want to see how they can translate that during the playoffs. Yeah,
still a long way, though.
It's still a long way, and it's in April. Because from this form they've shown, it means come what may, they will definitely be in the playoffs. They'll be in the top 8, even if there's a dip of form. Because if you are keeping the likes of the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and even the San Antonio Spurs at bay in the very, very competitive West, from the beginning of the season in October up until now, I think they've got what it takes to make the top 8 come the playoffs. And I want to see how they will translate this rich vein of form that they've shown in the regular season in the playoffs. But good one that they won. Then for the Golden State Warriors,
that's the game.
Who would have thought that they will go on a losing run at their home court, at the Oracle Arena? That's the first time they will go on this run since the 5-year reign of Steve Kerr. It means something isn't adding up. Maybe if Boogie Cousins returns, because we understand I might be coming back in the middle of January. The scrimmages he's been having, he's been improving on a regular basis. Maybe if he comes back as a center, it will bring about some steal. But if you have the duo of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, though Klay Thompson had 43 points. He had 43 points on the night, and he made 7 3-pointers. But for Steph Curry, 14 points.
Not bad, a double-double.
He got a double-double.
He got a double-double. We know he got a double-double. He was close to getting to the third on the list of people who have made most 3 points. Jason Terry had 2,282, and it was almost closing, but he made just 3 points on the night. Most definitely, they start with a lot of depth, and they will add up at the playoffs. But they should be doing better, talking about the Golden State.
All right, then we'll see about that, as the season progresses. We need to go on a break now, and we'll come back. We'll be taking a look at our standout performers in the NBA. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. It's time to look at our top performers in the NBA, and we're starting off with no other than Kawhi Leonard of the Toronto Raptors. Coyote already talked about him earlier. 31 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night for the Raptors. And the Raptors are looking really, really good in the Eastern Conference. Let's move on to the next guy. Coyote didn't mention him. Andrew Wiggins, I beg your pardon, was on fire for the Minnesota Timberwolves in their victory over the OKC Thunder. 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Coyote quickly, Andrew Wiggins.
But more often than not,
has he been playing better since the trade of Jimmy Butler?
Well,
would you say that?
Not really.
Because this guy is supposed to be the cornerstone of this franchise.
Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. The duo have not, for some weird reasons, the salary got boosted, but they just don't deliver when it matters most. Recall they were in the playoffs in the first round, and they felt like a pack of cards against the Houston Rockets. And I was like, okay, what's coming up with this duo? And if the coach couldn't get the best out of them, that was why Thibodeau got sacked last Sunday. Jimmy Butler forced a move saying that the team was lacking in focus. And in a way, if you look at it deeply, it was throwing shades at Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. And now they recruited Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie of Nigerian descent, but plays for the US, another Nigerian player.
He's a rookie, though.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
I know he's a rookie, but he did well in this game. And as a PG, if he also tries to do well, who knows, he might just even take the place of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, who had a season-high 40 points. We hope they stay consistent, and if not, they'll just miss the playoffs.
Yeah, right now, at the moment, they're outside
like
of the
it.
playoffs, but it's still a long way to make the gap up. Klay Thompson is our next guy, 43 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. And you talked about already making 7 3-pointers in the game. Klay Thompson, definitely you expect him to get better as the season progresses. And last but not the least is Nikola Jokic. Another triple-double for the big man for Denver. And Kyle has already waxed lyrical about his playmaking abilities for a center to record 10 assists in a game. It's quite impressive.
Well, it's quite impressive. He's done quite well in terms of triple-doubles over his career. His fourth this season says a lot about him being the go-to man at Denver Nuggets. I also did mention the likes of Paul Millsap and Jamal Murray, but as a collective, they've been quite regular in terms of their delivery. Like I did say earlier, I want to see how deep they can
go.
dig into the chestnut when push comes to shove during the playoffs.
Right, fantastic for the NBA. Nikola Jokic, out of the 29 points that he had, made a clutch winning basket with just 2.4 seconds left on the clock.